Z to get some E85. Gonna go to a car meet tomorrow morning, probably get a little bit of footage of that. But today we're gonna discuss just all the mods that I have done to my Z and then the future mods that we're gonna do to it. She's been running fine. I've had like two little issues happen, like the car when I turned it on like this and then I started driving normal, like right away the car shut off and then I had to turn it back on and it idled rough for a little bit and then it fixed itself. And then after that, you know, I did pulls and everything and it was fine. So not sure what that was, but keeping an eye on everything. The belt's been fine. I've probably put about 100 miles on the revision so far. So I haven't done any kill map pulls or even the second map yet, but the map one's been fine. So I can do a nice little spot so you guys can see the car, and I'll show you guys the supercharger kit, and we'll discuss the mods that it has and then the future mods that we're going to put on this car. We have to love people that are using E85 on a fucking SUV. Like, bruh, the fuck are you putting E85 in your SUV for, bro? Like, for real. Fucking annoying, bro. Got a boosted Mustang over there. Nice. I'll know more once I drive the Z more, like on a road trip, but that's our range, 400 miles on E. Because I have been driving the car like normal, like been driving it normal like I have always driven the car. Obviously doing some pulls every now and then, but I mean if it's actually getting that good of range on E, that's actually going to be crazy. That dude scared the shit out of me. The guy was like, yo. I was like, bruh, it scared the shit out of me. It's crazy how the boost starts picking up in this thing and the higher RPM. The thing with this car is I'm just not gonna go to 8,000 every time I'm fucking on it. Like maybe in a race, but like not just from driving it. Like there's no point for me to go to 8K every time I do a fucking pull. So that's why I just shifted early, just to be easier on the motor. But guys, when that boost hits, oh man, this thing is fun. And I haven't even messed with the middle map or the high, well not high boost. It's all the same boost, it's just the timing. So the timing's like very conservative on the map that I'm on right now. But oh man, I can't imagine on the other maps. I'm gonna attempt a first gear pull for you guys on the lowest map. We're gonna do a first gear, see how bad this thing spins. I've never done one. As long as it stays straight while I spin, that's fine. But knowing me, I'm probably gonna panic and shift it early. Knowing me, because I don't want to bang off the rev limiter in this thing. And I'm gonna wait till all these cars pass. I ain't taking no chance. That I have for the car, just like I did with my old one. So this one we definitely went a lot more of a reliable route and safer route. Got the cog revision kit, so this is the new revision. Probably about 100 miles on the belt now, and it's been fine so far. Flex fuel kit, and then a fuel return system. It's got the Z1, as you can see, Z1 fuel return system on it. And then got our fuel pressure gauge right here. Running twin 525 fuel pumps. So the benefit of that is a lot of people run single, but I wanted to run twin because I wanted, you know, a more reliable, dependable setup. And also the benefit of that is I believe if you're running twin setups, you can run E50 and higher. If you're running a single fuel pump, you can only run up to E50. So, and then once the car is making E60 or higher, it basically makes the same power regardless. So as long as it's E60 or higher. Wheels, I don't know what these wheels are, I got these as a trade, honestly, for my old wheels, so they were free. I got some bigger tires for the front because these are 225. They're way too small. They're 18s and they're a lot lighter than my old wheels, which is why I got them. Here's running 285. Unfortunately, gonna need a bigger tire because these are like hit or miss on a second gear. So for the exhaust on the car, it's a 350Z Tomei catback with the Motordyne XYZ resonated mid-pipe, and then it's got the ISR long tube headers on it. So that's the full exhaust setup on the car. I guess some new mirror caps. These have been on for a long time. It's running 1300cc injector dynamics. For the clutch, it's a stage 2 Z-Speed or something like that. I can't remember. I got it off a Trash's 370Z, the one I did a 200 shot nitrous pull-in. So that's the same clutch. If it could handle that, the 200 shot, it can definitely handle the supercharger, because the supercharger is not going to make nearly as much torque as that. For the oil cooler, this car is running a 30-row oil cooler. It's going to do 35, but the car only gets hot when it's like 90 plus degrees. It's running about 220 temp for the oil and then 215 for the coolant, but that's at highway cruising speeds. So really, if the RPMs are at like 2600 or higher, it's getting at that temp. And I think it's the wheels that are making my RPM a little too high, because at like 75 or 80 the car is at 3000 RPM. But if I'm going like 55 miles an hour or under, then the oil temp drops like really fast. So I think the oil cooler is honestly good for now, considering at night it's fine, fall's coming up, it'll be fine, winter it'll be more than fine, spring will be fine. So really just the summer, but I don't want to beat on the car that much anyway in the summer. For mods that we're doing, I'm putting the intake on. I don't have a liner at all, everything's just exposed right here. So that's why I want a filter too, because it's all just exposed right there. I'm going to be getting some new seats. So they're going to be like the Nismo seats, but they won't be the Nismo seats. They're going to be red. So I'm really excited for those. They're going to be kind of like this, a little bit more aggressive. I'm just making sure everything on this car is running correctly before I go and buy, you know, the fun mods for it. So I'm still kind of paranoid, scared of this car. Like, I respect its power, and then it's just PTSD from my last one blowing up. But this one, I mean, we did everything we could. We did bigger injectors, did double fuel pumps, and then we did a flex fuel kit and a fuel return system on it. And then, I mean, this car had, and then I'll have the intake with the filter. And then like this car's like, it's about everything I can do for this for the setup, honestly. What's left really is probably just to build the motor eventually, but for now we're just going to keep it on the daily map. I guess it's kind of just up to me for the maintenance on the car and how I take care of it, how long it lasts. The VQs with more power than this, you know, hold up for a long time. That white Nismo, I don't know if you guys ever saw that white Nismo that was making 670 wheel, that lasted about a year before his motor started knocking. But his motor started knocking because he had a O2 sensor code for a while and it was running lean, so that was kind of on him. I feel like if he would have changed it, then that car still would have been running. I think mine will last probably for a while. I hope so. I'm probably overthinking it, but I mean, I'm just taking care of it. We will have some Mexico content come. Just got to get used to the car. Mexico's just gotten so much more dangerous. Like, they are just not playing out here anymore. So I also don't want to lose the car, since it's been a year waiting to get the car. I don't want to lose it just as fast as I got it. Hope you guys can understand. I'm gonna try some like different style content, you know, some installation mods, just in Mexico, of course. Just really kind of scared, you know. But other than that, that's all the supporting mods for the car, and then that's the future mods for the cars: the seats, the intake. I'm gonna be doing the transmission fluid next week, and the diff fluid, and the clutch fluid. So all the fluids will be changed on it. I'll probably change the oil on this car at like 2,500 miles or 3,000 miles. I don't know why it keeps squeaking like that. That's weird. I guess it's like the fuel. I don't know. I'm sure you guys can hear it keep squeaking. Sounds like a fucking cat. But other than that, yeah, I don't know what that is. Probably wondering how much did it cost for me to do all this. So, and I'll have it up on the screen because I can't remember all of it by heart. The injector dynamics, I paid $800 for them. Z1 fuel return system, I paid like $750 for. For a flex fuel kit, I paid $300 for. The Soho air to air kit, I paid $6,400 for. Stage 2 clutch, I paid $400 for that. And then the JW, what is it? The JW, like the slave, 200 for that. The CJM top hat and the twin pumps with the relays, I paid $800 for that. I got everything, all the mods for this car, right around, I want to say 10,000. I'll have it come up on the screen right now of how much I paid for all the mods. I got everything used except the fuel return system. That's the only thing I bought new. Everything else on this car has been used, so saved myself quite a bit of money actually. And as you can see, it's running fine. So that's what I would encourage you guys is, you know, it doesn't hurt to go used. I mean, if you want to do brand new, there's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, this has always been a budget build channel. This car took me quite a while to build. And for this one, I didn't want to rush like I did the last one. So that's why it took longer. But we have a more reliable setup. And then the car can also handle the torque and power. But we're still going to play it safe for now. The goal is maybe to eventually try to build that motor in the long run, but the other goal is to get another car first, because this will be my daily again soon. So the goal is to get another car eventually, so that way if something does happen to this car, we're not worried about it. But yes, there'll be some Mexico runs. Just got to be, you know, careful of course of the motor, and also, you know, of getting caught. We'll have some exhaust clips with the blow off valve and some POV pulls soon. I just got to get an adapter for the GoPro so I can make a good video for you guys. Appreciating the support you guys have been giving me with the Soho still in, you know, video, and then the car getting tuned, of course. So I really appreciate it, guys. And if you guys want to see anything specific, just leave it in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer it, or I'll, you know, make a video about it. But there's a lot of stuff on the way for this car. Really just happy to have it back. Just having fun driving it, just simply just trying to enjoy the car as much as I can. Just making sure everything's running right on her before we do anything else to it. Yo, speaking of my next car, that's what I'm trying to get actually. Bro's literally doing the same thing as me. That's funny actually. Comments down below, like, what do you think is the limit on the VQ37, the VHR? Because I see so many people 600 wheel. The main thing, the biggest one I see is 650 wheel is the absolute limit. Do not go past that, or this motor will blow. So, and then you see 700 wheel horsepower. So I personally think 600 wheel horsepower and 85 is safe. The car will last for a long ass time. So, but leave your comments down below. What have you guys personally seen, or have any of you had a 600 wheel plus or 600 plus wheel horsepower VQ? Like, you can say you've owned it for years, but like if you barely put any miles on it, like, does that count? Like, now, has anyone in the comments actually had a boosted VQ, like 600 wheel horsepower, like, you know, beat the shit out of it, and it lasts over a year or longer? Like, how many miles basically? I'm really curious, because that subject is such a touchy. It's 600 wheels, 650 wheel, or some people say 550 wheel. I know 550 wheel, 85 all day, this car will last. So it really just depends on the health of the motor, obviously. Thankfully mine's healthy right now, knock on wood. I really want to know your guys' opinion on that. How long do you think a VQ lasts on the 85 when it's boosted? Actually, other mods I did for this, I did the gallery gasket, I did the water pump, I did the valve cover gasket, spark plug gasket set, or whatever it's called. I did all the main gaskets on this car, and the water pump and gallery gasket. So, because I know that's the main thing you need to do. Another reason why I love the supercharger so much is the sound.